Hi students, this session is for class 7 subject mathematics chapter 17 data handling topic chance and probability. Topic covered in this session is chance and probability. Chance. Chance is the likelihood of an event taking place. Students, you may like something to happen in your life. For example, you can say that I have a chance of getting 100 marks in maths. Okay, if you put effort, you can score 100 marks. Next topic, probability. Branch of mathematics that deals with the calculation of the chance of an event happening. For example, probability of the coin landing with the head. This is one of the chance, right? Likewise, probability of getting 12 on throwing 2 dice. Another type of example. Probability. A probability can never be greater than 1. We know that the intermediate events between the certain and an impossible event all have probabilities between 0 and 1. Let us see some examples. Sun. We all know that the sun rises in the east. Can anyone change this? It is impossible. We cannot change that. Okay, the sun always rises in the east and it happens every day. Okay, so this event is certain to happen. In this case, the probability is 1. Let us see another example. I am tossing a coin. Okay, the probability of tossing a coin and getting head. Is it possible to get head always? No, it may or may not happen. Sometimes we may get tail. So, it may or may not happen. This event is may or may not happen. In this case, the probability is between 0 and 1. Let us see another example. This is a triangle. Yes. Can you draw a triangle using 2 lines? Can you draw a triangle using 2 lines? It is impossible. We need 3 lines to draw a triangle. Okay. So, it is impossible event. In this case, probability is 0. To estimate probability of an event, we must know some of the topics. The first one is experiment. The process in which there is an observable set of outcomes is called an experiment. Next one is outcomes. What is outcomes? Each observation is an outcome. Next one is sample space. The set of all possible outcomes of that experiment is called the sample space. Let us see some of the examples. Spinning the wheel is one of the experiment. On spinning this wheel, we may get purple, red, blue, green. Okay, on spinning this wheel, we may get these color at a time. Okay, that are called as outcomes. Okay, now how to indicate these outcomes? The set of all possible outcomes are indicated in sample space within the brace brackets. Okay, this is the brace brackets. Okay, so instead of purple, we use the first letter P, for red R, for blue B, and for green G. Okay, the outcomes are indicated in between two brace brackets. Okay, here the sample space is equal to P R B G. Okay, now let us see another example. Experiment here is rolling a die. Okay, on rolling a die, we can get number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Yes, these are the outcomes. How to indicate this? Yes, of course, it should be indicated in brace bracket. That is the sample space. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are indicated in brace bracket, that is called as sample space. An experiment is done and the outcomes are recorded. The experiment is a dice is rolled 25 times and recorded the outcomes in a frequency table given. I rolled a die 25 times and the outcomes are recorded in the table. The first one is outcomes. We know that on rolling a dice, we can get the outcomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the possible outcomes. On rolling a dice 25 times, I got 6 times number 1. That should be indicated in tally marks column, and of course the next column is frequency. 6 times I got number 1. So, how to indicate in tally mark column? You have studied in the previous class itself. Okay. So, 5 should be grouped. 5 lines should be grouped by drawing 4 lines, and the 5th line from the right top to the left bottom should be crossed. This is the one group. And here I got number 6. So, in one group we have 5 and another one is drawn single. Now, the frequency is 6. On rolling a dice 25 times, I got 4 times number 2. Okay, so 4 lines are drawn below the tally mark column. Okay, now the frequency is 4. On rolling a dice 25 times, I got 5 times number 3. So, one group is drawn straight to number 3. You know that how to draw a group, 4 lines and 1 line is crossed it. So, the frequency is 5. On rolling a dice 25 times, I got number 4 3 times. So, 3 straight lines are drawn here and the frequency is 3. How many times I got number 5? Yes, of course I got 4 times number 5 on rolling a dice 25 times. So 4 lines are drawn here and the frequency is 4. I got 3 times number 6. So 3 lines are drawn here and the frequency is 3. Totally 25. Okay, here 25 times I rolled a dice and I got these outcomes. Okay. Now, how to indicate these outcomes in probability? Okay, first we have to know the formula. Probability of an event is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of possible outcomes. Here, total number of possible outcomes is nothing but how many times I rolled the dice, 25 times. Number of favorable outcomes is nothing but if you take 1, 6 is the number of favorable outcomes. Let us see. Probability of getting 1 shortly written like that. P of 1. Okay. Now P of 1 is equal to number of favorable outcomes is 6 and the total number of possible outcomes is 25. So 6 by 25. We can indicate the probability in decimal form also. So 6 by 25 is equal to 0.24. We know very well that the probability will be always between 0 and 1. Next, let us find the probability of getting 2. P of 2 is equal to how many times we got 2 on rolling a dice 25 times? Yes, of course, 4. So, 4 by 25 which is equal to 0.16. Next, P of 3, probability of getting number 3. So, P of 3 is equal to 5 by 25 because 5 times I got number 3 on rolling a dice 25 times. So, 5 by 25 which is equal to 0.2. Next, probability of getting number 4 which is 3 by 25 which is equal to 0.12. What is next? Probability of getting number 5. I got 4 times number 5 on rolling a dice 25 times. Okay. So, 4 by 25 which is equal to 0.16. And number 6. I got 3 times on rolling a dice 25 times. So, P of 6 is equal to 3 by 25 which is equal to 0.12. Example 14. A jar has 3 red, 4 blue and 5 green marbles. If a single marble is chosen at random, what is the probability of getting a red marble, a blue marble and a green marble? Let us move on to the solution. Here we have that red, blue and green marbles. Okay, the possible outcomes are red, blue and green. Total number of marbles is equal to 3 red plus 4 blue plus 5 green marbles, which is equal to 12. Now we have to find the probability of getting a red marble. That is, P of red is equal to the number of ways to choose red divided by the total number of marbles. Here we know that a number of ways to choose red is nothing but number of red marbles given. That is 3. So 3 by 12. Here 12 is total number of marbles. So 3 by 12. We can cancel 12 by 3. Okay, using 3. So on cancelling 12, we know that 4 will be in the place of 12. Therefore, the fraction becomes 1 by 4. Now, P of blue. Probability of getting a blue marble is equal to the number of ways to choose blue divided by the total number of marbles. Here, there are 4 blue marbles. So, 4 by 12. We can cancel 12 by factor 4. So, on cancelling 12, we get 3 in the place of 12. So, the fraction becomes 1 by 3. Next, P of green. The probability of getting a green marble, which is equal to the number of ways to choose green divided by the total number of marbles. Here we have 5 green. So, 5 by 12 is the fraction. We cannot cancel. There is no common factor. So, 5 by 12 is written as it is. Now, P of red is equal to 1 by 4. P of blue is equal to 1 by 3. And P of green is equal to 5 by 12. Exercise 17.3. Second sum. There are 6 marbles in a box of which 2 are black and the rest are white. We have totally 6 marbles. Among that, 2 are black and the rest are white. First question, what is the probability of drawing a white marble? Second, what is the probability of drawing a black marble? Third, what is the probability of drawing a red marble? Now, let us find a solution. The possible outcomes are black and white. Number of black marbles is equal to 2, which is given in the question itself. And also, total marbles is equal to 6. Okay. Number of white marbles. How to get number of white marbles? Yes, of course, we have to subtract 6 and 2. Total and black marbles. So, 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. Number of white marbles is equal to 4. And we have black. Number of black marbles, which is n of b is equal to 2. Number of white marbles, which is n of w is equal to 4. And the total number of marbles, which is n of s is equal to 6. Now we have to find probability of getting white marbles, which is equal to the number of white marbles divided by the total number of marbles, which is equal to 4 by 6. Because here we have 4 white marbles and the total marbles is 6. So 4 by 6. On cancelling these numbers using the common factor 2, we get 3 in the place of 6 and 2 in the place of 4. So, this is equal to 2 by 3. Next, probability of getting black marbles. Okay. So, it is equal to the number of black marbles divided by the total number of marbles. Here, number of black marbles is equal to 2. So, 2 by 6 is the fraction. On cancelling 6 by 2, we get 3 in the place of 6. Here the common factor is 2. So the fraction becomes 1 by 3. And the third question is probability of getting red marbles. Is there red marbles given in the question? No. Okay. So the number of red marbles divided by the total number of marbles. Here they have not given red marbles. So we have to indicate 0 in the place of number of red marbles. So 0 divided by 6 is equal to 0. It is an impossible event. There is no red marbles. So 0. Third sum, Rajasthan Royals and Mumbai Indians toss a coin to decide which team gets to bat first in a cricket match. What is the probability that Mumbai Indians will bat first? Let us move on to the solution. The possible outcomes are head and tail on tossing a coin. Sample space. Here we have to indicate the outcomes inside the brace bracket. So, open the bracket and the outcomes head, tail and close the bracket. Okay, now N of S. N of S is nothing but number of elements in the sample space. Here we have 2 elements. So, N of S is equal to 2. Next one is possibility of getting head or tail. We can get head or tail at a time. Any one of thing at a time on tossing a coin. Okay, so this is equal to 1. Now, N of head or tail can be written as N of H or T, first letter of head and tail, which is equal to 1. There is only one element, so 1. Next, the probability that Mumbai Indians will bat first. The probability that Mumbai Indians will bat first is equal to number of head or tail divided by number of sample space, which is N of HRT divided by N of S. Here N of HRT is equal to 1 and N of S is equal to 2. Therefore 1 by 2. Fifth sum, find the probability of picking an even number from the set of numbers from 1 to 11. Here the possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The numbers from 1 to 11. Sample space is equal to, open the brace bracket and all the outcomes are written inside the brace bracket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and close the brace bracket. Now, N of S. What is N of S? Number of elements in sample space. So, N of S is equal to 11. Possibility of getting even numbers. Here, how many even numbers are in sample space? We have to collect it and write inside the brace bracket. So, possibility of getting even numbers is equal to, open brace bracket, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and close the bracket. Okay. Now, N of E. N of even numbers is equal to, how many elements are there? 5. So, N of E is equal to 5. And what we have to find? The probability of picking even numbers, which is equal to N of E divided by N of S. Here N of E is equal to 5 and N of S is equal to 11. So 5 by 11. Therefore, the probability of picking even numbers is equal to 5 by 11. Sixth sum. A box contains counters marked with multiples of 2 less than 15 on them. What is the probability that a counter picked is the factor of 2? Okay, the number of possible outcomes which are multiples of 2 less than 15. We have to find the multiples of 2 and the number should be less than 15. Sample space is equal to, what are the multiples of 2 and also it should be less than 15. Let us start from 2. So, open the brace bracket, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That's all. The number should be less than 15. So, close the brace bracket. Now, N of S. What is N of S? Number of elements in sample space. Here we have 7 elements. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 7. Therefore, N of S is equal to 7. Now, a counter picked is a factor of 2. In the sample space, we have to find the factor of 2. Which is the factor of 2? Yes, of course. Factors of 2 is equal to 1 and 2. But we have only 2 in the sample space. Therefore, 2 is the factor of 2 in the sample space. So, it should be written inside the brace bracket. A counter picked is the factor of 2 which is equal to 2. Now n of factor of 2 which can be shortly written as n of f2 which is equal to 1 because we have only one number 2, only one element, so that is 1. N of f2 is equal to 1. Now the probability of a counter picked is a factor 2 which is equal to n of f2 divided by n of s which is equal to 1 by 7. Here the probability of a counter picked is a factor 2 is equal to 1 by 7. Thank you students.